friends, welcome to another edition of ConneXion Kids. You know, mountain climbers know that being properly connected is very important. Their gear needs to be properly connected, and often they're connected to each other, to other climbers. This week's lesson is going to be talking about being connected, both to Jesus and to each other. After Jesus came back to life, the disciples who hadn't seen Jesus yet were a little skeptical. They were together eating, praying, and just spending time together. Jesus walked in and showed them his hands and side, and the disciples were overjoyed when they realized it truly was Jesus. Now Thomas, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. He said that he would not believe it was Jesus unless he saw the nail marks in his hands and put his hand into his side. Well, he got that opportunity about a week later when Jesus told Thomas to touch his hands and side and to stop doubting and believe. Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus' appearance helped calm the disciples' fears. They were convinced and believed that the Jesus who died was now Jesus who lives. They were brought together to see Jesus so they could be united and tell everyone about it. Our Bible story shows us that knowing Jesus was alive brought all his disciples together and gave them a purpose as a group to share this news with others. Our big idea for this week is Jesus connects us to each other. Can you say that with me? Jesus connects us to each other. Let's watch our teaching video to learn more.
Hey, Chicken Nuggets, it's me, Carl.
And I'm Vanessa.
Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Woo!
What's wrong?
Woo!
Carl, what's happening?
I don't know. I'm just excited that it's Grow TV Day.
Oh, really? What do you have planned?
Literally nothing, but I can imagine something's going to happen that's going to entertain us.
Okay, how about I look through my hiking gear and see if there's anything that we can use today. Let's see. Oh, I know.
What is it? What do you have? Is it a parachute? Bouncy ball? Declaration of Independence?
Not even close. It was this.
Ah! Run away, run away! Why aren't you running away?
Carl, just relax. It's a bungee cord. I used it last time when I went camping to secure my things.
I'm glad you used a bungee cord and not a snake. But do most bungee cords have a piece of paper attached to them?
Huh? Oh, weird. I've never seen this before.
Well, let's see what it says. In order to find the big idea and learn about the Lord, the two of you must hold this bungee cord.
What?
It says in order to find the big idea of
No. I heard you. I just don't know what it means.
Well, yeah, me neither.
It sounds like if we want to find out the big idea, we both have to hold on to this bungee cord?
That makes no sense, but also makes perfect sense. Does that make sense?
No, but also yes.
All right, so what now?
I guess we talk about today's Bible story and see what we come up with?
That sounds like what they probably want us to do.
Who's they? Oh yeah, right. Let's open up the Bible to John chapter 20.
This is after Jesus overcame death.
That's right. And Jesus was about to come visit some of his disciples. They had gathered together and locked up the doors because they were afraid. After seeing what happened to Jesus, it was probably really scary to see what could happen to them too.
Yes, but then hey, guess who decides to show up? I said, guess who decides to show up? Psst, Vanessa, you're supposed to answer.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking them. My guess would be Jesus?
It was Jesus! The disciples were so happy to see Jesus alive, and that he fulfilled everything that he said he was going to do. And they loved Jesus.
They sure did, but...
But! Don't say but! It's going so well!
I know, but there was one disciple that had doubts.
Doubts? What doubts? Doubts about what?
Well, the disciple Thomas had doubts that Jesus was, well, really Jesus.
Really? I guess that makes sense. He did rise from the dead. That doesn't happen too often.
Exactly. So Jesus proved to Thomas that he was who he said he was.
How did he do that?
He showed Thomas the marks on his hands and side from when he was on his cross.
Did it work? Did Thomas believe?
He did.
All right, go Thomas! Wait, what is that?
What is what?
Here in the rope, there's a word.
Oh yeah, it says Jesus.
Huh, Jesus. Why would it say Jesus?
Is it a clue?
Possibly, but what does it mean?
Well, the story about the disciples coming together, even though they are afraid, but they gathered to see Jesus so they could be with him.
Yeah, their connection to Jesus kept them together. It helped them with their belief.
And if this rope represents Jesus, and we tie it to the story with the disciples,
I guess that means Jesus connects us to each other.
Carl, I think we figured out the big idea. Today's big idea is Jesus connects us to each other.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Jesus connects us to each other! Yes!
Well, I'm sure glad we figured that out.
Me too. Oh wait, I think there's something moving in my bag. What is that?
Let me see.
I gotcha. It's just a rope. See you next week, kids.
It's a bungee cord.
Bungee cord. Oh, okay.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
Let's check in with Callie's World to learn even more.
Hey friends! So my entire trip to the campsite was an adventure. The first thing you do when you get to a campsite is that you have to put up a tent, which is super hard. We laughed a lot and couldn't seem to get the poles right, but finally we did it. It was cool watching my dad and mom, seeing how they fixed the problems together and helped my brother and me have fun. We sang songs and talked about things we saw on the trail leading to our campsite. I realized something. It surprised me. But at home, I always use my iPad or watch TV and don't really spend time with my family as much. When we were on the trail, we spent more time talking and helping each other. It helped me feel close to my family, and I really like that. Take a look at this picture. Isn't it fun? You know what else is fun? Today's Bible story. Let's listen together.
It's time for our Bible story. Today we will learn another fun story about Jesus. So after Jesus rose up to life from the place where he was buried, he appeared to his disciples, his friends, who followed his teachings and loved him very much. They saw Jesus go through really painful things. They thought he was dead, but now he was standing right in front of them. At first they were afraid, but Jesus told them, "Don't be afraid," and soon they weren't afraid anymore. They started to believe that Jesus was alive again and in front of their very own eyes. And then he did something that made them extra sure. He showed them his hands. His hands had scars that proved it was him, the same Jesus that was on the cross just a few days before. When something happens to you, like skinning your knee, when you're playing outside, usually you can see where you were hurt while it's getting better. Jesus showed them the places in his hands that were on the cross, and the disciples were able to see where his wounds used to be. Jesus went through all of that because he loved the world and wanted to save us all. When they saw the scars on Jesus' hands, the disciples knew without a doubt that it was truly Jesus. He really did raise up back to life. And because of what they saw with their own eyes, they would have the courage to tell others what they saw.
Our family really connected on the trip. I talked to a little squirrel. That was super fun. And my brother and I made funny and bubbly sounds like the water that was flowing next to the trail. That Bible story was something great though, wasn't it? I imagined the disciples were on a journey too, kind of like my family. They had to hike through all sorts of things together. Jesus brought them all together and helped them to believe. And Jesus does that for us too. No matter who we are, Jesus connects us to each other. When we believe in Jesus, together we can do things we couldn't do by ourselves. Well, gotta run now. I'm still trying to catch up on the sleep that I missed while I was camping. Thanks for tuning in and growing with me. Peace out.
Thanks for watching, kids. Before saying goodbye, our memory verse for this month is from Romans chapter 10, verse 9. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Bye, kids. Have a great week.